it's Nancy here, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a story time. I feel like I haven't done a story time in like forever. Like it's been so long because I've done a story time, so I'm going to do one today. So if you're interested in watching my story, then just keep watching this video. Like always, you just go ahead and make sure you subscribe, and let's get right into this story. So this story goes all the way back to college when my roommate tried to fight me. Now, you probably read the title of this video and was like, oh my God, what? But yes, that is what happened to me in college. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start from the beginning. For those of you who don't know, I went to the University of Houston, and when I was a sophomore, I started to live on campus. So I lived on campus from my sophomore year to my senior year. Actually, my senior year, I actually lived in an apartment off campus, but it's okay. But I lived on campus my sophomore year, and this is where this story happens. So, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say the girls' names because the girl's name and names because it's not relevant. It doesn't matter, and I just don't feel like it's necessary. So, anyways, we got there the first day. It was like moving day, and we get to the dorm. I was, just very like cordial, just being nice or whatever, because I'm like, okay, this is the person I'm gonna be living with for the rest of the year. Like, I want to like I want us to like each other, to like, have a very just smooth process of like living together or whatever. So when we get to the room, she was actually friendly as well. I was like, hi, I'm Nancy. And she was like, hi, I'm da-da-da. And we actually just like talked a little bit, and she was telling me where she was from, which was, I believe, Beaumont, which is a little bit further out from Houston. And I was like, oh, cool. And we were just like talking or whatever. And yeah, nothing crazy. That was the first day. And I believe like that day, it was either her mom or her dad. They came with like stuff to help her move in. Now, mind you, it's a very small room that we're in. So it's not like a full-size apartment where it's a 2-bedroom apartment. You have a living room. No, it's literally a dorm. You guys know what a dorm looks like. It is a small room. And so we just decided like the best way would be, okay, our beds are on the opposite side. So like, your side of the room is on this side, my side of the room is on that side, which was like, that was easy enough, And so I, set up my side of the room. We each got a desk. We each got a bed. We each got like a little nightstand. And the bathroom was actually shared between us. So the bathroom was actually connected in a suite. So it was 2 people, me and her in our room. And then connecting was another girl and her roommate on the other side. So we all 4 shared that one bathroom. And I'll get to the story later, but the roommate that I had actually went to high school with the girl who was in the suite next door. Funny, huh? And so that's just the whole layout of the room. And so the closet was actually on the opposite side of the bathroom, and we shared the closet as well. I did have a lot more clothes than her, but the closet was never an issue. Like that was never really an issue. She was just a very simple kind of girl, and I was more of a, makeup, hair, heels. I have lots of shoes, clothes, and stuff like that. And she just kind of didn't care that I took up most of the closet, which I was like, okay, that's fine. And so, okay, story. Because I know y'all want me to know. Y'all want me to get to the fighting part. Okay, so everything was pretty cordial. Like in the beginning, like we would just be like, hey, what's up? Hey, really in passing, because in college, in college, you don't know if your schedule is going to be the same as your roommate's schedule. Like I might have an 8 o'clock class. She might not have a class till 11, and that just be on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I might not have a class till 10, and she might have a class at 8. So you just never know. Sometimes, a lot of times, it was just in and out passing. It was just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. We would see each other sometimes in the cafeteria, but we kind of had our own friends. And so like, we didn't really sit together, but when we came back to the room, it was just like, hey, what's up? Just talking, and we would talk. And then all of a sudden things did change because she started doing things that I did not like. And for example, she would mind you, the room is very small. So she would have people over like, in the room, like all times of the night. Like I would come home, like, cause I used to go to the gym usually after class. I would come home around maybe 7 p.m. I would come to the room, and there would be like people standing around in the room listening to music. Like, and one time I was like, are these people smoking in here? Like, oh, y'all smoking up in here, Janet. Janet. No, but like it was on some like kickback type of like low key little party. And I'm like, imagine you come home after a long day and there's just people standing in your house and this person never informs you. This person said, hey, Nancy, I'm going to have some people over. Da, 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 is that cool? No communication. We exchange numbers. So no type of, hey, Nancy, I'm going to have these people over. And she kept doing it. And she would see my face when I would walk in. I'll be like, and they would be looking at me like, oh, you didn't tell her? And I'm like, and I would just literally, I would come home after the gym and I would be like, excuse me. And I would go into the restroom and take my shower, my night shower, and I would get ready to go to bed. And usually when I would do that, they would end up leaving. I would not be even saying a word. Like I would put on, I'm telling you, I put on my pajamas, put on my bonnet, and I would turn off my light on the side of the room, and a lot of them would end up leaving. But eventually I ended up telling her, I was like, hey, you know, I didn't even send her a text. I literally waited till I saw her in the room one day, and it was just like me and her in the middle of the day. And I was just like, hey girl, look, I don't know what you got going on, but I just feel like, you know, I don't think it's cool for you to be doing your little kickbacks or whatever and not even telling me. You know, I just don't think that that's cool. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I won't do it no more, da, 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 da. Which later turned out to be a lie, because she stopped for a while, but then she ended up doing it again. Next, I was gonna get a fridge. I was also gonna get a TV. I was gonna get all the little things I need for myself. And she's like, no, like, don't worry about it. Like, we can just use my fridge. Like, I have a really big fridge. You don't have to worry about it. Like, it'll take all of our stuff. One day after the conversation, so after she did the whole kickback thing again, we got into it. We got into an argument. And it was just like, girl, I don't understand how you don't respect, you know, your roommate. You don't respect living with somebody. You know, at the end of the day, I just think it's very rude and disrespectful. And she was like, well, you know, I mean, I just can't help it. Like, that's just what I like to do. Da, da, da. Then one day I came home and all of my stuff that I had in the fridge was outside of the fridge, like on the floor. So when I saw that, I was just like, okay, she wants war. She started. She wants war. Me, I like peace. I don't like problems, but she wants war. That's what it's giving. And so, literally a day or two later, I had my own fridge. So her fridge that she had, I moved it to my side of the room. And so I got my own fridge. Right, I got like a really small little mini fridge. And when she saw it, she looked at me and she was like, and I said, and from there, we really didn't talk much. Like, we didn't really talk much. When I was in the room, I would have my headphones in, listening to music, or I was watching a movie. Like, I was just listening to a lecture. I was not really, we just stopped talking, you know? It was like, you know? And now the moment where everything kind of just went, woo, 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 the moment she wanted to fight me. So it was actually in the morning, and I remember I was sleeping. It was like 6 a.m. It was 6 a.m. and I just remember I was sleeping. Next thing I knew, there was a guy walked in. She had a gay friend. A guy walked in and another girl walked in. It was early in the morning, because I remember I was sleeping. And they was just like, hey girl, what's up? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, mind you, it's 6 a.m. Just picture this. Like, just picture it being you. 6 a.m. And she has her laptop open and she's playing music. I still remember the song that she was playing too. It was the Destiny's Child Fulfilled album. And it was, if I don't pick up the phone like I used to. And it was loud. It was loud. It was so loud. And they were just all just there in the morning just singing. And I was in my bed sleeping. And I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I was just like, really? You people have started again. Like, I was like, Nancy, just ignore. And then at one point I was like, no, I'm not going to ignore. I said, I got up, bonnet and everything. I got up and I said, excuse me, y'all are too loud, and please turn that music off, please. And she looked at me. They all looked at me. And she looked at me. I guess they were shocked that I said it. And she looked at me and she was like, no, she just looked at me and she didn't even say anything. She just looked at me and she just kept singing. Literally disregarded everything I said. And the music did not turn off. And I said it again. I said, please turn that music off. And I was very calm. Like, I wasn't like, turn that music off. No, I was just like, please turn that music off. And she was like, we could turn it down, but I'm not turning it off. And I said, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I have to be up pretty soon, and I want to get some more rest. please turn the music off. I'm asking you nicely. And she was like I've said, I'm gonna turn it down, but I'm not turning it off. When I tell you, I got up so quick. I got up so quick to slam that laptop down. The whole room felt like it shook. Like, they were looking at me like, uh-oh, they knew it was about to go left in that moment. Her friends knew. And I was like I said, turn it off. Since you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it myself. And I slammed her laptop. And she said, oh my God, if you broke my laptop, you're gonna pay for it. Girl, I wasn't gonna pay for nothing. Okay? I wasn't gonna pay for nothing. Her laptop did not break. So, that was that. And then she was like, girl. So in that moment, she picked up her laptop, because like when I slammed it fell into the seat. I slammed it pretty hard. And it fell into the seat, and she picked it back up, put it on the table. And she was like, girl, I'm not the one. I am not the one. I will drag you across this room. Then I'm like, girl, I'm not the one. I've been patient with you. I've been da-da-da-da. But you tried it. You tried it. You tried it. Like, I'm from the H. I would, you know me. I was like, because people think I'm so what's the word? Like, they don't think like I have a little bit of like grit in me. So they just be thinking they can play with me. Like, don't try it. You know, so when she saw it, she was like, oh my God, this is the little girly girl. Like, this is her. I'm like, yeah, this is me. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Like, da-da-da-da. Like, listen, I've been nice to you. I've been patient with you, but you taking it too far. This is too far. And she was just like, yeah, whatever. And so we were yelling pretty loud, and it was the morning time. It was loud. It woke up the hallway. I remember her friend opened the door, and I was like, they about to send security over here. They about to send the RA. And I remember I looked outside. I peeked into the hallway, and people were standing in their doors trying to figure out what was going on. I remember, and I looked left and I looked right. People were standing in the hallway trying to figure out what's happening. And I can't stand you, and I just don't want to, and so that whole thing happened. And then all of a sudden, her friend that lived next door came in, and she was like, girl, we can, like, no, we don't play about her. We don't play about her. Like, we will jump you right now. We will jump you right now. I'll call my brothers. I'll call my cousins. We'll jump you right now. And I was just like, let's see. Do it. And we just kept yelling. It was like a yelling match. And she tried to push me, and I went like that. What happens to you after you touch me, that's on you. Like, I said, whatever, and I didn't laugh. I said it too. I said, whatever happens after you touch me, that's on you. And so, I remember one of her friends went and so the RA came. It was an RA, and there was security guard, RA and security officers. And they came, and they were like, Nancy, we need to dilute the situation. I said, why am I being removed from the room and she's not? She's like, we need to dilute the situation. We need to calm the situation down. We got to remove one of y'all from the room. So come on. And so they took me to the basement, and they were like, what is going on? And I told them everything this girl has put me through. I told them how I felt so uncomfortable living with her. Like, in the beginning, it was fine, but then it just got to a point where I was like, I cannot do this. And, yeah, that was that. And so I said she had to put her hands on me multiple times in that time that I was in the room. She had to put her hands on me. And, yeah. So I would like to be moved to a different room. And yeah, so when can we start that process? Listen, one thing about me, I know how to talk my way into getting what I want. And so that's exactly what happened. I ended up getting my own room, and that was it. But it's so interesting. Like, after that, I would see her around campus, because we would always be like the sophomores would be like in certain areas around the campus. So I would run into her, but we would never speak. It would just be like, like that type of energy. And then I remember one day, it was when I was when I was a junior or a senior. I want to say a senior. When I was a senior, I was at the library. And at the time, she was working at the library. So I walked in, and she said, Nancy. She literally ran from behind the computer to come and stop me. And she said, Nancy. And I said, hey, what's up? Just very, And she's like, girl, oh my God. I still think about our little mini argument turned fight that we almost had sophomore year. And she was like, girl, I just want to apologize, because I was a bitch, and I didn't mean to put you through all of that. She was like, I was going through my own internal struggles, and I didn't mean to put you through that, to make you have to, go through that. And she's like, I just want to say that I'm really sorry, Nancy. I really am. I just hope that you're able to forgive me. I said, girl, I don't keep grudges with people, you know, and thank you for apologizing. I appreciate that. And she's like, thank you so much, Nancy. Well, I'll see you around. And after that, I never saw her again. Yeah, I never saw her again. I didn't even see her at graduation, so I don't know. But that was it. That was the end of that story. That's when she tried to fight me, and the roommate that lived next door tried to help her fight me and jump me. So that was my story. But she apologized. But yeah. That's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. And yeah, I love doing story time, so I'll do more story times, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.